Well, okay, my fellow Devarians, I'm doing something late Sunday. It's kind of late. It's 10 minutes to 11 right now, but I thought I had this the whole day. I wanted to share the things that have been going through my mind since Friday. These are very deep thoughts and understanding that the Lord has given me for this late hour in which our economy is going through right now. But it's very encouraging words. At least to me, it's been very encouraging. I'm going to share with you. Hope to encourage you as well. So maybe you get to watch this tomorrow, as when you have more time. But I'm going to put it here right now because I'm going to be working overtime tomorrow and Tuesday. They gave me off for Wednesday. So on Veterans Day, for some reason, they gave me that day off. So I'm going to start that day sooner and share more things, Probably instead of, we'll still have everything from 8 to 9, but I start earlier. And maybe share something during the daytime as well. But so it's very interesting what's been going on. So I finished writing this whole song. I started writing it years ago, but I added more stuff today and combined this song because it says, "My beloved is mine and I am his." Let me ask you to share here. Let me see. Hold on a second here. I'll share it with the Fasting Force. I guess I'll share this. Alright, we'll do that. And that's it. I don't need to share anywhere else. Asking me to share. That's fine. Alright, we'll put it off. Share to other groups. No. Alright, so this is the song, Solomon's 2:16. Says, "My beloved is mine and I am his." And he feedeth me among the lilies. That Song of Solomon 2:16. So I have it there and I have it written there. I'm gonna teach you that song, and I don't know if I remember the rest of it, but I have it recorded, so I might play the tape just so I recall. But I'll try to sing it. It's a very interesting song that has to do with understanding the economy for which we were created. We were created for the Aleph Bet, and I explained that before. The Aleph Bet stands for the Father. So let me take you here to my office now. Let me see here to the observatory. All right, and here you are. Let me put this down for a minute. All right, this is the song. All right. So, "My beloved is mine and I am his." And he feedeth me among the lilies. Song of Solomon 2:16. But it tells you there how many times is each part, okay? So I'll see if I can remember. It's kind of a very nice song, but it's a little complicated, but we'll see. All right, here we go. My beloved is mine and I am his. 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 And he feedeth me among the lilies. Song of Solomon 2:16. And he feedeth me among the lilies. Song of Solomon 2:16. As I dwell in the Ava, he dwelleth in me. As I dwell in the Ava, he dwelleth in me. As I live in the Father's in me. As I live in the Father's in me. As I dwell in the Abba's in me. As I dwell in the Abba's in me. As I live in the Father's in me. As I live in the Father's in me. Abba, He dwelleth in me. As I dwell in the Abba, He dwelleth in me. As I live in the Father's in me. As I live in the Father's in me. As I dwell in the Abba, He dwelleth in me. As I dwell in the Abba, He dwelleth in me. As I live in the Father's in me. As I live in the Father's in me. That's actually how it sounds. I'm surprised. Usually when I do it the first time, I messed up really bad, but it came out. So thank heavens for that one. Now before I change to the screen, let me see. How's it going over here? All right, we're doing all right. Still recording, perfect. Let me get out of here now. And let me go to this screen here. So here, there's nothing there, right? All right, so here I'm on myself, perfect. So I thought I would share this stuff today because I was thinking about how this all started. You know, when everything started, I woke up this morning very enthused about what's going on. Not necessarily because we're getting the best candidate, but because I can tell what God is doing with this whole thing that's going on, and it's marvelous what He's doing. Let me get to this party so I can share a little bit more of what's going on. So let me get to the other screen here. So let me see. So yeah, you can see my pointing here. Good. So let me show you some of the stuff that I'm talking about. Put the lesson. What I'm talking about today. Yeah, we're getting the vision. Okay, that's in the back. I'm giving you the Haham. Haham is wise. The wise. Haham Hokman. The Hackman. You know, the Haham Hokman. Torah. Hokma is wisdom. That's the stuff that I have in the back of me here. You know, back there you can see it. It's being covered by the screen, but it was the Torah vision 2020. Because this is the year of judgment, though. But this is the year of judgment for the monetary system that's governing the world for a long time, since the Babylonian period. All right, we've been in an external monetary system as far as the Bible takes us back to Babylon and previous to that. But in the Bible, the history begins all the way with Babylon, where Daniel was there from the seed of David. Okay, and that was the era of gold. Of everything was gold. The coins were gold and everything. And we had this monetary system ruling. And the monetary system is a system in which we are under the spell, if you please. We are being bewitched, thinking that there's value in things outside of us, when value can only be found in us. Value is intrinsically within us. Okay, and the value has always been within us, but somehow we managed to be fooled, you know, millennia after millennia, and we grant value to things outside of us. And this is this bewitching, if you please, this witchcraft that is done by the elites, in which they can control the masses to make them think that there's something valuable outside of them, and then they move them by that. And that happens when the Torah is not your everything, when the Aleph Beth is not your everything. That's what tends to happen. Okay, so I'm here to guide you out of that system. Okay, so that's why it's a time for casting stones. I'm casting the stone of the understanding that will break this barrier that has allowed many people to. So I'm gonna be sharing a little bit of this today. All right. So this is the stuff that I've been sharing from the Strong Tower. But these are the visions that I've been having, the understanding that I've been receiving since Friday. So I wrote it here. I'm not gonna read the stuff from before. We've been expounding on Genesis 1:1, wisdom faculties configured from A to Z heavens and earth. That's to teach us to be in the mindset of the Creator at all times, and to just cherish words and the order of words as our only treasure worth keeping forever and ever. All right. So to the Aleph Bet, to the alphabet, the reality, to the Aleph Bet means the Father, the reality of all existence can only be found in the Dabar. Dabar, which is Hebrew for word, quote unquote, in English. In the pictorial functional Hebrew letters, the Dabar of God means the administration or management of the economy of the alphabet. Aleph Bet, which means father in Hebrew, right? We've been going through that. So that means a founder. Aleph Bet, founder is the alphabet. Now, what I've been trying to say all along is that the existence of everything in the world is nothing but a configuration, a rearrangement of alphabets. Everything that exists, you got to look at it that way. That's why, if you notice in the background of the song that I'm singing right now, I had like the metrics. I don't know if that you were able to tell, but that was the matrix in the background, because you got to see the source code of everything. Everything comes from the alphabet. All things created, all economies, all buildings, all machinery, all services, all manuals, all scripts for movies, everything is a rearrangement of the alphabet. So that's how you have to look at everything. So the alphabet is really on top of everything, and that's why it can be called the Father. And that's, God is so simplistic and so logical. That's why he called the alphabet, the Aleph Bet. He called that his name because it's the father and founder of it. And also that's the father and founder of everything created. They have to use the alphabet. And all nations know about the alphabet. They call it the same way. Okay? So the alphabet is the father and founder of everything. And the rearrangement of an alphabet, the different orders laid out in the book, is what lays out a foundation for an economy and stuff like that. So that's understood. And that's why people patent, because they know that is not a fictitious idea. That's not pie in the sky type of thing. That's a reality. Why do you think, let me show you the picture here of this guy's here. All right, let me put it down. This is Alphabet Inc. All right, this is put together in October 2015. The makers of Google, which is Larry Page and Sergey Brin. This is Page and Search. The people that have Page and Search, Page Search in their names, made a Google. So imagine that. God ordained for these people with that name, Page Search, to make a service for Page Search named Google. They had no idea that that's their name, where their name were given, but nonetheless, God is in control, because they gave that name before they ever thought of making Google. They have those names. They were born with those names. They had no idea at the time when they were born they were going to make Google, but both of them got together. So they thought in October 2015, they thought of creating Alphabet Inc. and then putting all the companies underneath it. So Alphabet Inc. will be the parent company, and then Google will be subservient. And then they put all the other companies underneath, because they understand, after doing all the search, the understanding they have received is that every company is nothing but a rearrangement of the alphabet. So what's the most logical thing is to put all companies under that name. Alphabet, and alphabet in Hebrew means father or founder. So you see, there's a perfect logic in it. So the biggest companies in the world that can think a little bit, have thinkers, I don't think they know the Hebrew, but for somehow just reasoning, they can understand why it makes sense to put all companies under Alphabet Inc. And so they have all these different companies, and they have it under that, and that's the parent company. All right? Because the alphabet is the father and founder of all things that have been made, because everything has to be used. It's the rearrangement of the alphabet. Okay, enough of that. But let's go back to this, and let's start talking about, about Friday here, November 6th. All right, this is what happened this Friday. This is the thoughts of understanding that I received, because, like I was saying, I'm going back right now to March 17 this year. That was one day before Newsom announced that you had to go, to your houses and stay there now and not come out anymore. So that was the week that it started. But I was going on a walk that week, and I was thinking about the verse, from Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord thy God, is one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Okay, it was talking about one. So I was thinking about that word one, because when you break down those letters, it's the Aleph, the Het, the Het or the Het, and the Dalet. So it means a strong, secure administration. That's what it meant. Put the meaning of each letter is a strong, secure access or management, or a strong, secure system. And I was thinking, what does that mean? One secure, strong administration. And had been thinking for a while and I was thinking that the best place that could match that in this world, strong, secure administration, will be like a patent office. Okay, so then I understood that it's the value systems. Okay, it has to do with the value systems of this world, so that the people that are creative agents or own corporations, they use the patent office. And the patent office comes from the Latin pater, which means father, pater. So patent means fathering, okay? So they want an office that will be the father. They want a patent will be the father of their ideas. Some person is born, they have a child of an idea, they get a brilliant idea. This baby is gonna make me rich. So they come out, they write it down, they have all the schematics and everything, and then they take it to this office, it's called the patent office, which means the parenting office. This is the office that's going to take care of the little baby of theirs, their intellectual creation of theirs, and it's going to guard it there, safely keep it, make sure that nothing happens to their baby. Okay, that baby is protected, they belong to the owner, because that holds the right of exclusivity, and that exclusivity is what gives value to the company. All right, at least that's how it is externally projected. So it teaches all the masses that they need to respect the patent office and to respect people intellectual property and not mess with it, or then the authorities will go after your ass, will go after you anyhow. So that's the way they trained the whole masses in the world to have external value in things. So they have these offices, and all the people in the world pay attention to the laws and bylaws of those offices. So then I understood, but at the same time I understood that that's just an illusion, because the patent office do not get the products and services done. What needs to happen for the product, somebody comes up with an idea of a product and service, they make all the blueprints and then the patent and everything, but the product is never going to get done. The service is never going to be rendered until what? The ideas and the thoughts and the blueprints and the schematic and the measurements that were made for that patent are put in some human being. In other words, they had to write a manual, hire people, make them sign confidentiality agreements that they're not going to share anything. No industrial espionage is going to happen. They're going to protect the company's secrets. The trade secrets are going to stay with the company. You sign stuff, you start joining them, you start working for them. But it is until it's inside the soul of a person, until it's inside their mind, so it can line up with the mindset of the maker that made it, that's when the product and the service can be rendered. So the whole idea of having a patent office is just to create the illusion that you need to respect something and that the value is externally. But the thing is, the fact that you take in those words, a value is intrinsically in the soul. Only the soul is a value generating entity. Only the soul has value and has ability to generate value, because you are the one that takes in the ideas of all creators in this world, and you are the one that make their products and services work. But they never allow you to see that. They don't allow you to see this because, then they will completely lose all respect. They have you think that there's value externally outside of you. So that was interesting that I was thinking that day. That was very clear, because the week prior to that, prior to March 17. March 17, by the way, is St. Patrick's Day. Okay? And St. Patrick it's a Catholic celebration, but Patrick is father. It's a word for father. So in the day of father, and saint in Catholic is holy. Saint means holy, and Patrick means father. So St. Patrick, March 17, the third month, and this day 17 in Hebrew, that's the numerical value for tub, for good or functional. So in the third day, the good day, the functional day of the Holy Father, this clear understanding came to me that all generating value establishes inside the soul and is never outside of it. That we are value generating entities and that we have that power. And right away, all the fear I had because I was fearing that things are going to go down, I was not going to get the same payment. Because prior to that, last year I made over $90,000. This year I'm going to make less than half of that amount because I was just working for immigration services, for asylum interviews. Those paid $33 an hour and more. My regular payment was at the time $14.25. My regular payment went up. By July, it went up to 15 regular hours, but because I'm not working those calls anymore, so I'm out of that. So it reduced considerably. So my concern has been because I had all this extra money, I was helping a lot of people, paying cars for some people, and my concern was that the things were going to go down, and then these people were not going to get those benefits. So, and I had to declare bankruptcy of some of the things that I was paying anyhow, which I wasn't even using, other people were using. So I spoke to the people, and my concern, so they could understand, so they understand what happened, But when a whole economy goes underneath like that, and you're doing everything in your power to pay everything, if the economy fails you because they themselves are retarded, they don't know how to run their economies, it's not your fault. Even President Trump has done bankruptcies for whatever reason he did it, but he was never broke as I have been. He always had more money than me. But my situation, this is the only reason. If I had all the same money, the same calls I was getting, I would still be doing it. But this happened, so I was very concerned at the beginning of the year that could happen, and I was all trembling. But by that day, I was very calm because then I realized what all the economies have done. Because the worship of the world is the worship of money. They believe in money as if it's the very way by which they subsist. But they don't realize that it is them working the corporations, rendering the service that is allowing the economies to run. They don't realize that it is the ability to keep rearrangements of the alphabet and to rearrange many you that you can do separate jobs in this retarded garden and generate value for the people that you work with. So the value is in you. It's never in the things. Until the idea is placed in you, then you generate value for any corporation, and you are the value generating entity that does it. All right, so you need to understand and never forget that. But that became very clear to me. Like I said, so the week before that, I had been reading. There was a parshat, the portion that I have been listening to about Esther and Mordecai and Haman, who wanted to kill the Jews. And then at the last minute, there was a reversal of fortune. Things turned against. So I was thinking as these things happen today, right now, this week, the situation that went, and how things. There seems to be a lot of fraud, and we'll see what develops this week, But the thing is, there are laws. The way I look at things is that God puts if there's a lot of wickedness and deceitful, and He wants to plunder all of them, and He wants to judge all of them, He makes it so that everything will cooperate with it, so that you will see exactly all the ones that are the wicked ones that are just understanding that they are cheating, and nonetheless they keep on doing it, and it's very clear and blatantly clear, which is what's happening right now. So it was necessary for this to happen because there's still laws. You understand that this fraud thing, they're laws. There's still constitutional laws. If there's something that is deemed to be, there are laws that needs to be, there are the judgments that need to go. So all the law has not been exercised yet. So let's see what's going to happen. Things have to happen because then we'll see there in the other judicial systems who are the ones that are the liars too. So God has a way to get together all the people that will stand for for lies. So they will all be. So at the end, the judgment against them and what's going to happen to them is very clearly, and everybody can see it. And that's what's happening right now. They have made mistakes right online. In front of the TV, in front of the whole world, people can see those mistakes. They've done so much. And they have upset a lot of citizens, because in the effort to push their own person that they want. So there's a lot of people that are upset. So this thing is just started. So we'll see what's going to happen, you know. But in any case, but God is behind everything, you know. He's doing everything according, you know, to His timing. So, you know, He's in control of everything. He's doing everything for the glory of His name. But basically, what I wanted to do is I wanted to teach you some understanding of how you need to look at things, because we're here to destroy the monetary system. The monetary system is the people, the elites want to implement the system right now. You know, you heard the cryptocurrency, the one that is just numbers. You never get to see money. You just get to see money, numbers on the screen. You're already trained like that. Hardly, most of you'll see money that goes out of your account, and you just get to see the numbers because you paid everything online. You order Grubhub, you order DoorDash, you order everything Amazon. So everything is done online. So you hardly have money that you pay. So you're already trained just to look at numbers. It used to be a time when the monetary system used to be backed up by gold, then by silver, then by other metals, you know, now by paper. And now even there's not enough paper to pay everybody's account in the world, you know, but there's plenty of numbers on the screen, and that's all the money depends on. It's not number on the screen and in your imagination. So it's all being back. Everything is backed up by your own imagination. So we are the poorest situation right now. And then they want you to make you believe. As long as they can make you believe that value is outside of you, they'll have you believe, and they'll take you into their computer systems and keep you enslaved in there. But I'm about to throw a wrench into that system, you know, to train the people. That's what I've been equipped with this, and that's what I'm sharing with you. So Friday I had this idea. Friday, November 6th. A world is created. Let me see here. Yeah. A world is created or configured and sustained by a set of value systems. And those systems are simply, and I like this word that God gave me, they're simply just fabulous, okay? And that's an acronym that I came up with. I mean, the systems, everything that is created out there, even if it's an economy system or anything that runs the world, it's just fabulous because it's something that's generated by the alphabet, right? And I put fabulous here stands for functioning, Aleph-Beth undertakings, lavishing, outstanding, unequivocal services, or sense making. So fabulous stands for that. Fabulous. So everything is that works in the world. Everything created is fabulous. Everything made by the alphabet is fabulous. I like that because everything is marvelous. When you look at things, what the alphabet can do when it's rearranged in a certain order. Like the Torah is nothing but a rearrangement of the alphabet, you know, 304,805, you know, letters, of the 22 letters rearranged, and voila, you have the Torah to give you the mindset, you know, that connects with the maker of all creations. But there's all kinds of manual for everything. There's rearrangements of different alphabet. So that's why all things made are fabulous, are functioning Aleph-Beth of alphabet undertakings. And the word undertakings, it means so much. It's a promise that you're going to do something. It's a project that something's going to get done. So it's functioning Aleph-Beth, you know, the alphabet undertakings, lavishing, that means giving a lot, outstanding, unequivocal services, on sense making, because it makes sense when everything is written in a manual. Therefore, the work can only be fully destroyed. And understand this. The world, because the world is nothing but a system rearranged. The world can only be fully destroyed when you dismantle from A to Z their set of values. Okay, so you can bring weapons upon this land and destroy people physically. You know, you can kill them. And by the way, to me, that's why I don't discourage people from buying weapons. They can buy all the guns they want, all the artillery they want. But I myself personally don't buy any weapons because I believe that the tongue is more powerful than any weapon. You know, it's the use of the tongue and the use of speech that has caused more harm in the world than the guns themselves. I bet you that there's probably very few people like Hitler killed himself with his own hands. But the speeches that he gave, you know, that tongue of his inspired thousands upon thousands of soldiers and told soldiers to do all kinds of massacres. And the same with all these people, all these great leaders in the past, that just command. They themselves did not do any killing. They just command, send people to kill everybody. So it is the tongue that has more power than bullets, but also the tongue with the mindset of the maker that can dismantle an economy. And okay, so we need, and God has given me the ability to dismantle the monetary system from the day of Babylon up until now, because it's time for it to go down. And that means to give the intrinsic value to where the intrinsic value belongs, and to the soul and to the words residing in that soul. Okay, and that's what it's going to come down to. So that's what you need to understand. I want to be, going over this again until it penetrates, until you get an understanding of this. So you can destroy people, but still, when the few people are left, they're still going to think that the money outside of them is what really matters. They still will not learn, that is, then they are their soul is the value generating entity with the alphabet inside of them. Okay, so they can never learn this. So the thing is, destroying the flesh will not do. You have to know how to use the word and how to teach it right. So that's what I'm beginning to do here. So it's when you dismantle from A to Z their set of values. Because, for example, in me right now, the world as it is, I don't give it any value of what the rest of the world give it to you. Because I don't see the Democrats or the Republicans that are the ones that rule the nations. The ones that run the nations are the health organizations, like the Food and Drug Administration. The Food and Drug Administration has more effect on you than any party branch, because they are the ones that control what is the right food that you should eat and what are the drugs that you should take. So a whole company that you do not choose, you never select who is going to be the people to guide your dietary function and for what you eat. And that's very important, what you eat. If you don't know what you eat, you don't have guidelines for that, you're going to eat the wrong things, and some people are going to tell you what to eat, and they themselves also manage the drugs. They're going to put drugs in the food, and then they're going to depend you on drugs. So you will always be your food and drug. You will be a drug addict through food. Sugar is nothing but a drug, more powerful than cocaine, and all these industries know it. But that's legal because they keep you, depending on all the stuff that they put sugar in, so you keep on getting fat and getting sick. And all that. So the Food and Drug Administration has more power than any party in any government, Libertarian Party, Democratic Party, or Republican Party. Food and Drug Administration has more power to destroy people than anybody else because they control what you eat. So I happen to not follow none of the dietary guidelines. Since 2003, I have never gotten sick. I haven't gotten a flu. I have gotten nothing because I don't follow their instructions. I follow kosher stuff that's told to me by the Bible, was told to me by people that they themselves have kept without illness for years after years, and those are the people I listen to. Okay, so I know 3 people. The one is Annette Larkins, the lady that I told you. She's about going to be 80. She looks like she's 40. Annette Larkins, you can find her YouTube videos. I have this Dr. Farandum Batman Jelich. We already passed away, but he left a nice book about the importance to be hydrated and drink enough water. The guy that helped me to lose a lot of weight in 2012, the rational fasting and the muculus diet. I believe his name is Eret. I know the last name is Eret, but I think it's not Arthur. I can't think of the name, but the first name, but it's Eret. He wrote the muculus diet. Those things. People that do things that they themselves have tested them and work fine for them. Those are the people and I can replace the whole FDA with the knowledge of those people. They'll do more good to humanity than the whole FDA combined. The whole thing, everything is nothing but a witchcraft. It's something but a spelling run by spells. So let me continue so you understand what I'm getting at here. So this out of the quagmire, that means the hazardous situation, the dangerous situation. Out of the dangerous situation overtaking all nations, what is the main thing you want to rescue and restore to its original employment so that the entire world could be made into a wholesome fountain of never-ending living waters of functional solutions? Okay, so let me repeat the question. Out of the quagmire overtaking all nations, what is the main thing that you want to rescue and restore to its original employment so that the entire world could be made into a wholesome fountain of never-ending living waters, or functional solutions. That's what living water means, functional solutions. Okay? My answer to that is the alphabet. We need to be loyal members of the alphabet and understand that only the inheritance of meaning and definition is all that is ours. And the rest of the stuff is very minimal maintenance that this body needs as you begin to discover that. But if we all gather together like that and we create a whole, CEOs, that's my CEOs.com. I'm going to put the whole group of people that want to have that mindset into that group. That's going to be the new social platform of people that want to hold on to meanings and definitions. And then we're going to raise up the level of humanity, because we all going to live for the order of the Aleph Bet, for fabulous stuff, for functional Aleph Bet undertakings, lavishing outstanding, unequivocal services, making a lot of sense that way. We want to own the business of sense making. So that's the whole idea. I want to elevate the use of the alphabet to the highest, because that's where abundance comes from the keeping of definition and orders. So that was and on Saturday, 7, okay, I wrote Alphabet Inc. Then I show you that thing. How about the company already thought of it, the one for Google, they have the Alphabet Inc., and that, what is that? As an economy, right? Because all the companies that they have, all those companies have manuals and patents and mission statements, and that's what all the workers, that's all they keep. Those words are their inheritance, but they're not allowed to think that those words are theirs. It's only there to make them work, without realizing that they have the intrinsic value. They are the value generating, but they don't want the workers to think that way. But that's how it is. So Alphabet Inc. and incorporations, soul has to be an embodiment, if you please. An embodiment, that means an incorporation. An incorporation is in a body. You got to become the embodiment of order for definitions and meanings for certain different alphabets, as much as you can. Basically, it's got to be for the alphabet that reveals the character of God, because the character of God is just to be in love with the order of words. So once you have the character of God, which is just to be in love with the order of the alphabet, everything else comes easy, because that's the only reality. The only reality of God is to just guide, operating devices, God. So he wants to keep things working. So in order to make things work and make things function, he keeps the order and definition and meanings of all things. And so if that's what you want in your life, then you have established yourself as a place where God can dwell. Okay? So Alphabet Inc. is an economy, and it's majestic. As you can see, this Alphabet Inc. from Google, they're great. They're splendorous. They have a lot of companies under them. Alphabet incantation, that's what the consumers are. Incantation is like when you say a spell, to get somebody under a magical potion, abracadabra kind of thing. Alphabet incantation, that means people that just know the name of a product, so they can just go get it with money, with the external money, right? And so the alphabet incantation is an echo chamber. That's why a lot of people know words. They know what a car is, just they can look at it and go buy it and use it and abuse it. So that's just a speller. You can spell the car, you can know the sound. So you're under a spell, okay? Because you think that you're going to owe a car when you pay money for it, and then you become the owner of it. You're never going to be the owner of anything until you can make it, okay? But if you think by paying money you're owning something, you're under the spell. So the elites have watched your brain. You are bewitched, thinking that there's value outside of you. So you're only an echo chamber. That's why you're only a consumer. You're not a producer. So that's why I ask here, are you an alphabet dweller? That means you dwell, in the order of words and definitions, or you are the speller. You just say the word. And you know the word car, but you don't know how to make a car. You know the word computer, but you do not know how to make computers. So all you have is nothing but you're nothing but an echo chamber. And then, so you understand that if you only make the alphabet the only treasure that you want, and the meanings and the definitions of things, the wisdom that you want to possess in this world, there is nothing for you and I to get when there has always been the all. And what is the all made of? Alphabets. Everything in the world is made of alphabet rearrangements. So there is nothing for you and I to get. We don't need to get anything when there has always been the all to be given. Because when you only inherit the order of all the different alphabets for all the things that were created, then you become a giver of all things. And that's what's going to destroy all the economies in the world that have put in the intrinsic value that your soul has for generating value and has robbed it from you and given it to things outside of you. But I'll be explaining more of this on Wednesday, okay? So this is just a little preliminary, talk about this that I wanted to share with you guys. So let me get here. Let me see if I can sing this. It's getting a little late right now. I don't know my neighbor. I'm gonna wake him up, but I'm gonna try him right now. This song is the last one. My beloved is mine and I am his. Oh, oh, my beloved is mine and I am his. Oh, oh, my beloved is mine and I am his. Oh, oh, my beloved is mine and I am his. And he feedeth me among the lilies, Son of Solomon, to 16. And he feedeth me among the lilies, Son of Solomon, to 16. As I dwell in the Abba, he dwelleth in me. As I dwell in the Abba, he dwelleth in me. As I live in the Father is in me. As I live in the Father is in me. As I dwell in the Abba, he dwelleth in me. As I dwell in the Abba, he dwelleth in me. As I live in the Father is in me. As I live in the Father is in me. Close with a little commercial here. Thanks for listening.